Hi everybody. So I haven't really gotten my voice back in its entirety, but I'm getting there. Um, but I'll give my best shot at this video. So Matt's gone, and it was really fun having him here, and I'm really happy that he could visit me. But now that he's gone, I'm back to being a completely and utterly sober individual, probably for the best. So I had somebody request a video on what you have to do to teach in Korea. So if you're not interested in teaching here, then you might as well just I don't know, go make yourself a sandwich or do something. Preferably actually make yourself some kimchi and mandu and stuff because it is so good. But anyway, this is not the video for you. But if you are interested in teaching, this is a good step on how to get there. Okay, so first thing you need to apply. I went through a recruiter. It saved me so much time and effort. And I know a lot of people who have done it, with the recruiter and who haven't. And it just seems like doing a recruiter is so much easier. And I'm really happy with my recruiting company. I went with Corvia. I know a lot of people do. And I still talk to my recruiter. I've been here for 3 months, and she's just the sweetest thing. So I'm really happy with that. And the good thing about that is she was constantly on me about, hey, do you have this? Hey, have you applied for this? Hey, do you know what you're doing? And also she got me a job. As soon as I sent her my documents, I had an interview that week. So instead of having to hunt down your own job, just get yourself a recruiter. It'll save you so much time and effort. Okay, but now that that spiel's over, what you need to do, you have to do the application form. I went with Gepic, but I also applied for Epic. And you can do either one. Epic is the entirety of Korea, and Gepic is just Gyeonggi-do province, which is near Seoul. It's like the suburbs of Seoul, kind of. Okay, so fill out your application form, number 1. Okay, then you have to write a resume with a cover letter. If you haven't already done that, you need to do it anyway because you're graduating from college and you should have already done it by now. And I'm sure, just a resume. It's pretty easy. I went through and put things that are specific to teaching on there. My degree is actually not in teaching, it's in advertising. But I had done some substitute teaching and things like that, preparing to get to Korea because I knew I wanted to go for a good 2 years before I graduated. So I put all that on my degree. I put all that on my resume so that I looked like a better applicant. Okay, they also want a notarized copy of your degree. Okay, so I actually sent in most of my documents before I actually got my physical degree because I started applying before I even graduated from college. I started applying that last semester. But as soon as you get your degree, go get it notarized. We get it notarized, and then you have to get an apostille stamp, and then you send it to your recruiter or to your school that you're applying for. And yeah, that. You also need 2 official sealed transcripts, so you just order that from your school. Mine was really cool. I could just do it online, and I put a hold on it, so as soon as I got all my grades in, they just sent me the transcripts right away. It was really nice. Then you have to send a clear copy of your passport, but it's just the photo page, which you could do in 2 seconds. It's a snap. Then there's the criminal background check. Okay, so I originally applied for Epic. I told you this. I ended up going with Gepic though because I applied for my federal background check too late. Okay, you need to apply for it at least 3 months in advance from the day that you want to send in your documents. Okay, I was thinking for some reason, and because your federal background check expires 6 months after it's issued, I was thinking that it expires 6 months after you request it. No. It's 6 months after you get it, after it's issued. I have no idea why in my brain I thought that it was the other way around, just kind of like a hurt the dirt moment. But because of that, everybody else had already taken up all the good spots in Epic before I could even apply because I didn't have that freaking federal background check. So apply for it if you want to go in the fall. You should have already applied for it. And if you haven't, apply for it. Okay. Okay. So once you get your federal background check, you have to get that notarized and the apostille stamp as well. Then you need 2 reference letters. I had one from a professor who was Korean, who was like my mentor and is a really, really great guy. And then I have one from a former boss who was also really, really sweet, love her to death. So you have to have 2 just really, really good recommendation letters. You send those in as well. It has to be dated, like there's a specific format it's supposed to follow. It has to be dated, has to have their full name and address, and they have to sign it with their hand in ink. Okay, they need to sign it. So be careful, make sure that that happens. Okay, this is a new thing. And I think I know that Gepic made me do it before, but Epic didn't until now. Like this is a brand new rule for Epic especially, but also a fairly new rule for Gepic. You now have to have at least a 100-hour TEFL certificate to apply. Good news is you can do it online. Cost me about $300. And I just found an accredited one that I really liked and felt comfortable with. Certain programs offered certain specialties, like the 4 different learning styles and all those things, but you have to take at least 100 hours. You can't be like, oh, I took 260. No, like it doesn't add up. It has to be at least 100 hours. And once you get that, you have to go through all that. Mine took me about a month, maybe a little longer. Some take longer, some take shorter. Once you get that, you send it in with your documents. Okay, you need, it says 2 passport size photos. Just get a bunch of them. You're gonna need a ton. I said like oh my god, just get a ton of passport photos because you'll need them for just tons and tons of things. Even when you get over here, you'll need a few. Then you need 3 signed copies of your contracts, which is pretty easy. They just send you the contract, you sign it, print it out, whatever. Then a letter, full-time teaching experience proof. If you've already taught, like if you've already taught for a year, then you need a letter of full-time teaching experience proof to prove that you taught for a year. I didn't, so I didn't have to do that. So, okay, just go over it one more time. We'll go over real fast. Application form, resume, your BA or MA, your transcripts, 2 of them, passport copy, criminal background check, which has to be notarized, which means you take it to a lawyer and he's like, yes, this is in fact a federal background check. And then you have to take it to get an apostille stamp. So I had to go to like my state capital and they just like fancy stapled it together with this document, this piece of paper that said, hey, this is legit. Then you need 2 recommendation letters that are signed in ink by the person. Then you need a teaching certificate for at least 100 hours, a bajillion passport size photos, 3 copies of your contract. And if you've been teaching for legitimately, then you need a full-time letter teaching thingamajig, whatever that is. So that's basically what it is. What you can do is just do all that ahead of time and then just send it to your recruiter or whatever job you're applying for, which will be cheaper as far as air mail is concerned because it has to be air mailed, obviously. At least that's what I did. So I think that's it. If you want me to go into more detail on how I did all these things, it's actually like, especially the apostille stamp freaked me out. Like I had to show it to my mother and she had to calm me down and be like, it's really not that difficult. But considering I was a baby, when it comes to bureaucracy and the government and the way that things work, it freaked me. It freaked me out, something fierce. But she was really sweet and she helped me out through that. So if you have a parent who can help you. Oh, another thing you might want. This is for once you get over here. This is kind of like a last thought thing. If you don't want to pay taxes while you're here and you're an American, I know there's some other countries also that have this tax agreement. You have to fill out this form that says that you've been paying taxes in the States for the past 2 years. It's basically proving that you're a resident of the United States. And if you fill out this form and you send it in, then they will send it to, you can have them send it to your recruiter or to your school, and you don't have to pay taxes for 2 years, which is awesome. So I did that as well, and you want to do that before you leave because it's a hassle to do it while you're here. So that's, I think, basically everything. Like I said, if if there's one specific thing that's just like freaking you out, send me a message. I'll do a video or a blog post or something to help you out. Teaching in Korea is one of the best things that I've ever decided to do, even though I decided to do it like years ago. I'm so happy to be here. I absolutely recommend it to you if you have an open mind and an adventurous spirit. So good luck with all your documents. If you have any problems, send me a message on Tumblr or comment in the video, and I'll try my best to answer any of your questions. Okay, bye. No, for real, bye.